Today's I am going to unbox and install the Synology DiskStation DS425 NAS. This is a 4-bay NAS device. That means we can install 4 hard drives inside. It supports both 3.5-inch and 2.5-inch SATA drives, so you can use normal hard disk or SSDs. Also, this model has two M.2 slots. You can install NVMe SSD for cache. This will improve the performance and speed. Now let's talk about the ports. In the front we have one USB port. At the back we have another USB 3.2 Gen 1 port. For networking, this NAS comes with two LAN ports. One is a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port for faster speed, and the other one is a 1 gigabit RJ45 port. So overall, this is a powerful NAS for home or office use. You can use it for backup, file sharing, or even as a media server. Now I open the box. Let's see what we have inside. Now let me check the accessories. Here we get two RJ45 network cables. These cables are used to connect the NAS to your router or switch. Since this NAS has two LAN ports, you can use both cables if you want link aggregation or separate networks. Next we have the power adapter. This is the charger that gives power to the NAS. We also get the drive bay keys. These keys are used to lock the drive trays. If you lock the trays, nobody can remove the hard drives easily. This is very useful for office or shared environment. And here we have the hard drive screws. These screws are mainly used when installing 2.5-inch drives like SSDs. For 3.5-inch hard drives, usually tool-less installation is supported, so no screws needed. So everything we need to start the installation is included inside the box. Now I will remove the plastic cover, and here we have the NAS unit ready. The design looks clean and professional. Here you can see RJ45 LAN ports. One is 2.5 gigabit Ethernet and the other one is 1 gigabit. Next, here is the power port. We also have a USB 3.2 Gen 1 port at the back. Now let's look at the front side. Here we have 4 drive bays. Each bay is clearly marked as 1, 2, 3 and 4. This numbering is very important because when we use RAID, the system knows each hard drive by its bay number. If we remove and mix the drives randomly, it can cause problems. In some cases, it may even lead to data loss. So if you ever need to replace a hard drive, always remember the bay number. For example, if drive number 2 fails, replace it in the same bay number 2. Now I will show you how to open the hard drive bay. It is very simple. Just press here and pull the tray slowly, and the drive bay comes out like this. Very easy. On this NAS we have two M.2 NVMe slots. These slots are used to install NVMe SSDs. Normally we use NVMe SSD for cache. This helps improve read and write speed. It does not replace the main hard drives. It works together with them to increase performance. Now we have installed everything. Let's check once again. All hard drives are properly inserted. Cables are ready. Remember, your NAS and your computer or laptop must be on the same network. Otherwise you cannot find the NAS during setup. After connecting everything, press the power button. You will see the LED light turn on. The NAS will start booting. Wait a few minutes. The first startup may take some time. Once it's ready, we can continue with the web setup from the computer. Now let's go to the next step. Go to your computer, open any web browser. Now in the address bar, type find.synology.com, or you can type Synology Assistant and download the tool. After that, press enter. Now click download center and open it in a new tab. Here you can see the search bar. Now type your NAS model. Press enter. Now you will see your NAS model page. Go to desktop utilities. Here you can find different tools for your system. Select your operating system version. In my case, I am using Windows, so I will download the windows.x file. Click download. Now wait until the file is fully downloaded. Now the file is downloaded. Go to your download folder. Here you can see the setup file. Double click the windows.x file. Now the setup wizard will open. Click next. Accept the license agreement. Then click install. Wait a few seconds while it installs. After installation, click finish. Now the Synology Assistant tool is ready to use. Open the application and it will automatically search for your NAS device. Now open Synology Assistant, click on search. After a few seconds you can see your NAS device in the list. Here you can see the IP address on the NAS. This IP address is automatically assigned by your router. That means it is getting an IP from DHCP. So you don't need to set IP manually right now. Now select the NAS device from the list. Click connect. It will open the NAS login page in your browser. Now once you find the NAS device, you can see its IP address in Synology Assistant. Now go to your web browser. In the address bar, type the IP address of the NAS. Now you can see the login screen. Here we need to enter the username and password. For a new NAS setup, you will create an administrator account during installation. If it already has default credential, you can use the default username and password provided with your NAS. After logging in, you can change the username and password later for security. Here you will find control panel. This is the main place for all configuration and setting. Now inside control panel, click on network. Here you can see the network interface setting. Select your active LAN port. Now click edit. By default the IP address is set to automatic, which means it is getting IP from DHCP. If you want to create a static IP, select manual configuration. Now enter the IP address you want to assign. Click on Info Center. Here you can see all the system information about your NAS. You can check device model name, serial number, DSM version, CPU and memory information, network status. The serial number is very important. You may need it for warranty or support. Go to control panel, click on login portal. This section is used to manage how users access the NAS. Here you can configure DSM login address, custom ports, application portal setting. Click on update and restore. Here you can check for the latest DSM updates. Click check for updates. If a new version is available, you can click download and then install. Click on share folder. Here you can create folders to store and share your data. Enter the folder name. For example, you can type data or backup. Next, choose the volume where you want to create the folder. You can enable recycle bin if you want deleted file to be recoverable. Click on Use and Group. Here we can create new users and manage permissions. Now look at the top left side. You can see the 4 dots icon. Click it. Here you can see all main applications. Now click on Storage Manager. Inside Storage Manager we can create, RAID and manage storage. Now we already created RAID 5. We are using 4 2TB hard drives, but remember, when we say 2TB, the real usable size is around 1.8 TB per drive. So 4 drives means around 7.2 TB total raw capacity. But after creating RAID 5, the system shows around 5.4 TB usable space. Why? Because RAID 5 uses one drive space for parity. Parity is used for protections. If one hard drive fails, your data can still be recovered. Now let's talk about the NAS operating system. This NAS runs on DSM, which means DiskStation Manager. It is a web-based system. That means we control everything using a web browser. The interface looks like a normal desktop, very simple and user-friendly. With DSM you can create storage pools, manage RAID, create share folders, add user and permissions, install application, set up backup and cloud sync. It also supports security features like firewall, auto block, two-factor authentication. DSM makes it very easy to manage your NAS. Even if you are a beginner,